I am stuck at night in the mall, and something strange is hunting me.
It all started when I fell asleep in the cozy armchair at the bookstore, the flickering lights of the mall fading into darkness. When I awoke, the place was hauntingly silent, save for the occasional creak and distant hum of the air conditioning. My phone was dead, and I had no way to contact anyone. Panic set in as I tried to find an exit, but every door I approached was locked tight. The unsettling feeling of being watched gnawed at me. Shadows danced in the corners of my vision, and I couldn't shake the sensation that I wasn't alone. As I navigated through the dimly lit corridors, I heard a faint rustling sound, like fabric dragging across the floor. My heartbeat quickened, and I turned to see a figure moving swiftly between the storefronts. It was tall and cloaked in darkness, its features obscured by the shadows. Desperation drove me to hide behind a clothing rack in one of the stores. I peered through the gaps, watching as the figure glided past, almost as if it were floating. The air grew colder, and I could see my breath forming in front of me. Summoning my courage, I decided to make a run for it. I dashed through the aisles, my footsteps echoing in the empty mall. The figure seemed to sense my movement and change direction, heading straight for me. I could hear its raspy breathing and the sound of its cloak brushing against the floor. I ducked into a storage room, barricading the door with whatever I could find. The unsettling silence was shattered by the sound of the figure pounding on the door, its relentless pursuit sending chills down my spine. The pounding grew louder, and I knew I couldn't stay hidden forever. With no other options, I grabbed a heavy flashlight and prepared to defend myself. The door burst open, and the figure loomed over me, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. I swung the flashlight with all my might, and to my surprise, it passed right through the figure, scattering it into a misty haze. For a moment, I thought I was safe, but the mist began to reform, taking shape once more. Realizing that I couldn't fight it, I bolted out of the storage room and made my way to the central atrium. In the center, I saw a large, ornate mirror that seemed to shimmer with an unnatural light. With no other choice, I ran towards the mirror, hoping it held the key to my escape. As I approached, the figure closed in, its presence growing more oppressive. I touched the mirror, and the blinding light enveloped me, pulling me through to the other side. I awoke with a jolt, back in the bookstore, the morning sun streaming through the windows. The mall was bustling with shoppers, and everything seemed normal. But as I looked around, I couldn't shake the feeling that the strange entity was still out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim.